Just think, way back then, they were predicting the apocalypse. They drew the pictures of it. It looks like, what, I don't know. I don't know, but there is a lot of movies and stuff about the apocalypse. There is. Let's look at this. If we were to go and look on here, which we are, I want you to see all these books and movies about the apocalypse. The apocalypse. I don't know what that was about. An eye-opening thing. The apocalypse, the apocalypse. You see how they got biblical-looking characters during the apocalypse? And then they have the modern day world right here with the apocalypse. Hey Frank, honey, how you doing? I was going to change my clothes, but it's pouring down rain at my mom's. So this is, I think the apocalypse would probably be very dreary. I really do. It'd be really dreary. They probably have some zombies with the apocalypse. Hello, Carly. Jeff, Robert, yep, yeah. They have been predicting it for quite some time, but that was like long ago, like in the ancient times, in the book of Revelation. Look how they spell it. Um, sorry. How long has the sun? How long has the sound been out? Has it been out for a while, you all? Yeah. To tell the truth, well, the sound is back. I do not think that that is accidental. At this point, I'm beginning to think that that is not accidental to make the sound go out. That's not accidental. I really don't believe it is. Because here I'm sitting here talking. I don't know how long the sound has been out. We're 2 minutes and 47 seconds into the video. They've got many different types of depiction of the apocalypse. And it's modern day, it's ancient. They got books, they got movies, they're all warning. So there's going to be some type of apocalypse coming. There's no way around it. There really isn't. Let's look at this. Look at this. List of dates predicted for the apocalyptic events. It's like a movie. It reads like a movie playing out. List of dates predicted for apocalyptic events. A collapse of civilization or the destruction of the planet. It's reading like a movie script. It's like you pick the particular type of script you want to play out. Let's hope that doesn't happen like that, because if you pick out a certain type of apocalyptic future or end time, what if you find yourself on that particular timeline with zombies? And then what if you predict, a nuclear holocaust, and then you find yourself on that particular timeline with a nuclear holocaust, or whatever you want to call it. I hope that that doesn't happen, because if they say your words speak life and speak death. They really do matter, just like your thoughts. Hello. When it comes out, and when we have had enough, it all comes out like a Hollywood is hats off apocalyptic, Jessica, honey. That's right. No human. Do you want to be blocked? Is somebody on here doing something, Carly, honey? Do we have a troll on here? Yeah. I'm just asking because you all feeling some type of way about certain topics. Not human, honey. What are you talking about? Let me look at you. Will I get blocked knowing I'm not human? Okay, we're talking about the apocalypse. You may not be human. Okay, let's just suggest that you're not human, and you're going to be in here with the apocalyptic live stream. How about that? You're going to listen about the apocalyptic collapse because they got lists of dates predicted for certain apocalyptic events. And if you're not human people are going to be in there also. Really, it's true. You're going to be in there also. You may be an inorganic human. You may be a robot. You may be a synthetic life form. You may be an interdimensional species. You may be a demon. You may be an angel. You may be some type of extraterrestrial. You may be an insectoid, a reptilian, a Illyrian, a alien gray. You could be a cryptid. You could be any kind of thing. You could be anything. You could be a fourth dimensional walk-in. But let's look at this, you all. It's literal. Oh, look at, where is this? The Last Judgment painting. Look at this. It is an apocalypse. They're really preoccupied with apocalyptic events even before the apocalypse ever occurs. And indeed, there's been certain types of apocalyptic events throughout history, horrific events that would signify they were living in apocalyptic times, very horrific atrocities against mankind, against the earth, all of that. Let's see. See, don't come on here playing. We're not playing. That's when you have people like that come on here, the trolls like that, you know you're in the end times. You're in the apocalyptic times when you have people coming on here playing trolls, because it don't happen in the normal times. It only comes when the apocalyptic times come, when the end times come. That's when they come out. Let's look at these beautiful artworks right here. It's an apocalyptic event where God makes a final judgment of all people on earth. And if it says all people, does it include other races of beings also, or is it just people? I believe it was everything that was ever made. I guess they'll answer in their own way, truly. But no, they got a list of the dynamic list. They got a dynamic list. Carol, honey, hello. Al, honey, hello. This is a dynamic list and may never be able to satisfy particular standards for completeness. You can help by adding in the missing items with reliable sources. So they're asking you to make your own predictions about the apocalyptic events that are to occur. Gina, you look really happy. You look like you looking forward to that apocalyptic. No, I got some rain. And I'm not going to be in an apocalyptic mood. I'm not. I got some breeze blowing in this garage over here. And I think it's all right. It is all right. You all know, let's see how it reads. It's the predictions of apocalyptic events that would result in the extinction of humanity. Now, that's a very serious thing that would happen, because you are part of humanity. I am part of humanity. The animals on the earth are part of humanity. The sky above, the earth, the oceans, everything is a part of humanity. And we all, make up a complete civilization. We're part of a civilization. Now they're talking about the collapse of a civilization. A total collapse or the destruction of the planet have been made since at least the early Common Era. Well, what would the early Common Era be? Gina, you using a Wikipedia? Of course, yeah, because they got this. A Common Area. Oh, I didn't know this. Common Era means CE and before the Common Era BCE. I don't really think I ever remember seeing it like that. With that type of definition, hello, Mickey, honey. Has it always said the Common Era meant the CE and before the Common Era meant the BCE? It's like the ABC and BCE. The world's most widely used, the Gregorian calendar, the world's most widely used era calendar. Seek the peace and pursue it. That's right. Alternative, Anno Domini, I know that one. And before Christ, the notations are the same. This is really interesting. And look at this, you all. This is really interesting also. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We're talking about the apocalypse. Depictions of certain events, and they have been depicted in all kinds of ways throughout history, throughout the history of Earth, and it's meant by many different names, many different events, and many different theories of how this apocalyptic ending is going to come, but they all predict a great more or less. My nose is itching. This is the left side of my nose again. It's tickling. Most predictions are related to Abrahamic religions. Why is that? Often standing for a similar to the eschatological events described in their scriptures. Christian predictions typically refer to events like the rapture, the Great Tribulation, the Last Judgment, and the Second Coming of Christ, and many religious related end time events are predicted to occur within the lifetime of the person making that prediction, who often quote the Bible, in particular the New Testament. Then we got mathematical equations and stuff like this, the 6,000 years, the Abrahamic, but there has been resets on the earth, total resets. It's like Noah's Ark. Did Noah's Ark happen so long ago? That Noah's Ark, and would that been part of the, what if that was part of the Tartarian era? What if it was Tartaria and Noah? Tartarian. And you may see that I'm asking questions on here, and then you may be answering it, but I don't even see it because I'm too caught up in what I'm saying, because then I'll lose my train of thought. Tartarian, world, and Noah. And it was said that Noah was a giant, but you know what happened? The earth was so whatever. Oh, it's the Tartarian Empire. Some theorists summarize that the ancient Tartarians were giants. Some say that Noah was a giant. Really, they do. Because he built a great big ark. A great big ark, and him and his family were spared. While the other humans, or whatever beings they were, they just sat and watched him build it until the flood waters came and the rain started to fall. And they watched the animals get loaded into the ark. Now, it could have been said as if when they said bring two kinds of animals, the male and the female, what if they got the sperm and the egg, and they brought that? See, it's receding. It's like the Arctic sea vault. See how that is, the Arctic sea vault? And if you think of an ark, the Arctic, and then the ark, Noah's Ark, and it was supposed to bring the male and the female of each kind, every living thing into the ark, so it can repopulate the earth. Isn't that what the Arctic seed vault is all about? For when the destruction of human civilization occurs, they guard the Arctic sea vault. The Arctic seed vault. And isn't that over there somewhere near Russia or something, seed vault? And they got the original species. Oh, here we go, right there. It's the Salvador Global Seed Vault. It has duplicates. It safeguards duplicates of 1,301,397 seed samples from almost every country globally, with room for millions of more. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? Is there something that they are expecting to come? Is it? It's a secure backup facility. It's a backup. They know something's coming. You do not waste your time and invest so much in such a structure, and you know it's probably climate controlled and all of that, if you were not expecting some type of event to occur all the way around the world. Let's look at some pictures. While they're talking, see, they're thinking apocalyptic too. Can I get over there? Look how they had to put it in the Arctic, because they know it's going to be nice and cold. What is that? Is that a QR code up there? What is that thing? It kind of looks kind of interesting. Look at that. What is that? What kind of light do you got going on right there? It looks alien-like. It really does. And it's the world's most whatever seed vault. They are preserved. They're persevering. They are preserved, Oh, here's a diagram of it. Let's look at it. They got a diagram of the seed vault for the whole entire world when they replenish the earth, when they reseed the earth, and you can bet they're going to reseed it with, they got some human species too. They do. They got animals. It's not just, I don't really believe it's just plants. I think it's animals also, and humans also. Animals, reptiles, and stuff. The Silver Global Seed Vault is built in 150 meters deep into the mountain. It had to go into the mountain because they know something is coming. They know an apocalyptic, it's like the pyramids of China. Why am I saying China? I wanted to say the pyramids of Egypt, but why am I saying the pyramids of China? Do you think they have their own seed vault in China? It reminds me of the Great Pyramid, how it has that little thing that goes underneath it. See, that's where they learned it from. They're building it like they did the pyramids with the, under the pyramids. I got to type that in. If you are just tuning in, welcome. We got the apocalypse. Y'all, can you please give this video a thumbs up? Let me look at this. Under the pyramids. Under the pyramids. Because there's something tied on with the pyramids. It's probably the same ancient deities. And because H.P. Lovecraft wrote something called Under the Pyramids. I just seen it. Let me just see this. He did. Look at this. He wrote something called Under the Pyramids. It's a nightmare. It was the ecstasy of nightmare and the summation of the fiendish, thank God for the mercy that shut out in oblivion the clawing furries. What on earth? It was written in 1924. What was found under the pyramids? An L-shaped structure. Well, that's kind of L-shaped. It is. If you go like this, it goes like this, and then it kind of goes like that. It's kind of L-shaped. There might be more on the other side, but it doesn't look like there's very much more on the other side, an L-shape. What if under those pyramids, see, let's look at it like this. It's got these things like, we want to see what they look like. It's the coldest bank. What if under the pyramids, they were doing the same thing, but they're not telling us? Let's see, under the pyramids, I want to see the image under the pyramids. Where is their thing? Because, you know, you'd have to be deep underground too. Even though it says this is like the king's chamber and all the gallery and stuff, wouldn't that be the perfect place to hide something under there to preserve it deep underground? I would think that it would, because that's like a vault too. Oh, let's look at that. Let's look at the architecture. Oh, you can see what it's going. Among the oldest of architecture are the pyramids of Egypt. The pharaohs who were entombed could easily enjoy, they could enjoy themselves in the afterworld. But look at that. What if these aren't really all that they said they were? Let me, I'm gonna make sure I'm not being covered up. So this is, I hear the sirens. Can y'all hear the sirens? The architecture, one arc. Great idea, the seed vault of the pyramid. They bound to. Because I don't think the gods are going to just be angry with the humans now. The gods were probably angry with the ancient Egyptians also. This is a warning. Something's happening. Listen, can you hear the sirens? This is a warning. You got the sirens going off. Something's coming. It is. Something's coming. Or something, what is that phrase? Something here comes, or I don't know. The Arctic Seed Vault. They call it also the Doomsday Vault. The Doomsday, here's where it's located. It's top secret. It's the seed bank. is designed to preserve the world's vital crops in case of a global catastrophe. Well, you have to expect it in order to, you know, prepare. The seed vaults are negative 18 degrees, and insulated panels in the seed vault help maintain. They're preparing it for an apocalyptic event. Look at this right here. But you know, you would have to have more than one facility for backup. You would not put all your stuff in one area because everybody around the world will know where it's at. No, you would have, if you wanted to be really strategic and you wouldn't want the apocalyptic masters to know where you have your whatever, you would have it in a different location, and you would not publicly announce where that Arctic seed vault is, where the doomsday vault is. See, that would be just something for people to say, oh yeah, it's over here, when in fact the real one could be somewhere else. In fact, they could be doing something else underground. Look at this, look, there's an entrance bridge. A genetic resource to ensure the crop diversity and thus the world's food supply. Well, they're not going to be genetically modified crops, GMO crops. It's going to be the heirlooms. It's like the heir, H-E-I-R, to the throne of God. The heirlooms. It's not going to be the genetically modified crops in the seed vaults. It isn't. The vault, like the Vatican vaults, you know that Vatican vaults? Their vaults had the gold and stuff in it. It's probably got all the historical documents and stuff from over so much periods of time. That's probably also in the vaults. Historical records and things. You know, they're not going to let them get destroyed. They're not, because they got to have that so they can look back on. If they are immortals and they want their own record of history so they can keep looking back, no, see, they would want it. They would want it. The vault can withstand a nuclear missile attack or the force of a plane crash. It is carved into the permafrost, so samples will stay frozen in case of a power failure. But what if some alien from outer space decides they want to use their plasma weapons and just fire it right there? So now they've told the aliens where their seed vault is. And if the aliens are coming to start an apocalyptic battle, they're going to target this because that's your food supply. That's for the future. They're going to make sure there ain't going to be no future for you to come back to because they're going to target your seed vault. They don't want you to survive. If you are going to come under attack, you're not going to announce it to your enemies where you got your reserves. You're not going to do it. You're not. You just got to think outside the box. It's like a person announcing to the whole entire world, I got this great big thing stored up, and I got all this, and I got my bunkers here and bunkers there. Well, now you're telling the whole entire world where your bunkers are. And they're going to come. They are. No, see, that is a, hello there. Let me see your name. Leo, honey. Happy Misfit Day. That's right. So look at this. It's carved into the permafrost. The vault is 130 meters above the current sea level and no flooding risk if Greenland or Arctic ice melts. But what if something else occurs? You know they've got to be prepared for something else. There's another area. It's like you got a forward base, and then you got those other bases in times of war. But we got apocalyptic events. Let's get back to the topic. They got the final days. They got the 6,000 years. They got little research. This is how long this has been going on in the first millennium. The past predictions. If you're just tuning in, there's many apocalyptic events that have been predicted throughout. I already forgot. Controlled something. CE, I've already forgot what that meant. We got to see what that meant again. The common era. CE is the common era. So when you say CE, it's the common era. And there was something else when we humbled. We better get humbled. Before the common era is the BCE. So you got the thunder, the gods of thunder coming. This is right here. Look at these predictions. In 66 the Common Era, Simon Bar, the Jewish Essene sect of ascetics, saw the Jewish uprising against the Romans in 66 to 70 in the final end time battle. See, they thought the end time was there, which would bring about the arrival of the Messiah. By the same authority, Simon, coins were minted declaring the redemption. That was back then. They were looking for the Messiah. They thought for sure the Messiah was going to come. Way back then, let me lean in this chair. I want to go to sleep. I am so exhausted. Is anybody else exhausted? It's like the energy in the air is so zapping out your, it's getting zapped from us. It's like, you know, you don't want to give us no energy at all. Hello, we got this Jonas family. Oh wow. And now let's look at this. So we got the 2nd century Montanus, like mountainous, Montanus, I want to say Montana, M-O-N-T-A-N, you got the U.S., and followers of the monotheism, I never heard of that, monotheism, believed that Christ's apocalyptic return was imminent, and it would occur during their lifetime near Papusa. Papusa. I've never heard of Montanus. It reminds me of Montezuma. Montezuma. I'm going to put my legs up. Oh, you want to put my legs up to stretch my leg? I do. Montanus. Let's look at this. Montanus was the 2nd century founder of the Montanism and a self-proclaimed prophet. Montanus emphasized the work of the Holy Spirit in the manner Applebrooks honey, in which set him apart. Wow. That is really interesting. Who else? Have you all heard of that one right there? Because I have never heard of that. And Hillary, that sounds like Hillary, you know. Hillary Pillars. Hilary of Poitiers, the bishop of the Doctor Church, the hammer of the Arians. Oh, what did they do? They announced the end of the world. The early French bishop announced the end of the world would happen during this year. Well, it didn't happen. It's the end of the world as we know it. That's a song. It's the end of the world as we know it. My feet are getting hot. I gotta take these shoes. I gotta go take off my socks. You all. This is the people have been predicting apocalyptic events, the end of the world, since the Common Era, 66. And this is what they have found out. Look, 365, 375 to 4,000. Where is my ink pen? I've got it. You all. We got you. See if you just gotta realize that they have always been predicting, and one day it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The French bishop announced it. Okay, the Martin of Tours in 375 to 400. The bishop stated the world would end in 400 AD, writing, "There is no doubt that the Antichrist has already been born and firmly established already in his early years, and he will, after reaching maturity, achieve a supreme power." I'm seeing a pattern here. I am seeing a pattern. Are you all seeing a pattern throughout the centuries? And remember, they said it comes from the Abrahamic religion and also from the Christian religion, the Abrahamic era. But do you hear the Chinese speak about that, or the Japanese? Are there religions or in their histories, is there writings of apocalyptic events, or is it just to a certain category of people? See, doesn't this sound interesting? It's history repeating. There's nothing new under the sun. What has been will be again. Let's look at this, you all. Looks like it's got the big, long look. My gosh, don't tell me it's that long. I hope that that article with all those predicted events are that long, because we can't read it. Look. He wrote in his chronicle that humanity was living in the end times, marching toward the certain doom on this day. It was the apocalyptic doom. It's always the apocalypse. It's like the same play playing over and over and over, the same script over and over and over and over. This is really interesting, really. Hip, Hippo, Hippolytus of Rome, Julius Africanus. All three of them predicted Jesus would return in this year. That was 500, with one of the predictions being based on the dimensions of Noah's Ark. Can you imagine that? Another prediction was based on the dimensions of the tabernacle built by the Israelites under Moses. You've got to be very careful. There's patterns. And some may say, well, maybe they're just making it up and they just don't want us to think that there isn't going to be a second coming. Well, it says so in the Bible that there's going to be a second coming, but that looks like it's way before the Bible was even written, all that kind of stuff. It really does. Way back then before CE, which is the common era, and the Bible wasn't written when Noah was born. So this is really interesting. The Spanish monk prophesied the second coming of Christ and did the end of the world on that day in front of a large crowd of people. Well, it didn't end, or did it? They calculated the end would occur between 799 and 806. And then Theoda, the Christian, declared in 847 the world would end that year, though later confessed the prediction was fraudulent and publicly flogged. You better be careful, because if you make predictions that it's the end of the world is coming and it doesn't come and they start flogging you, they're going to make an example out of you. That's really wild. Good Friday. Good Friday coincided with the Feast of the Annunciation, and this had long been believed to be the event that would bring the Antichrist. Who is this Antichrist? It says, indeed, there are many Antichrists in the world. They've been looking for the Antichrist all these years. Since the common era, they're looking for an Antichrist. Oh, look at this. The end of the world, and thus the end times within 3 years. We got a pope. Various Christian clerics predicted this date as the millennium, including Pope Sylvester II. As a result, the riots are said to have occurred in Europe, and pilgrims headed east to Jerusalem. And most historians, however, have disputed that any of these events ever took place. So how do we know if they took place? Oh no, you all. This is still going on. What century was that we were reading? It was the first millennium CE. This was all during the first millennium CE. The apocalyptic events. The first millennium CE, and now we got all this happening again. It's happening again, you all. Let's see what happened. First millennium CE, then you got the 11th and 15th century, the end of the world, 1,000 years after Jesus' death instead of his birth. The millennium would begin between 1200 and 1260. The Pope, the Innocent, predicted the world would end 666 years after the rise of Islam. And then Jehosham of Fior rescheduled the end of the world to 1290. As you can see, the alchemists, they all been writing about the Antichrist. Then you got the 16th century. Then you got the 17th century. Using the Kabbalah, they proclaimed the Messiah would come during that year, and later claimed to be the Messiah in 1666-67. The Kabbalah, Sabbatatai Zevi. Oh my goodness. We've got the same thing happening. Tells of the Antichrist and the rise of Islam and other events following Judgment Day was predicted in 1651. Let's just keep going, you all. You can see they got the bubonic plague, the fifth monarchus. We've got the 18th century, the 19th century. Now we're in the 20th century. We're in the 20th century. They're taking comet pills. Flammarion predicted 1910 appearance of Halley's Comet would impregnate the atmosphere and possibly snuff out all life on the planet, but would not the planet itself. Comet peels were sold to protect against the toxic gases. So they sold people comet peels to protect against the end of the world as we know it, the apocalyptic events. That's draining me too. This draining me of my energy. And we must be in the end times because it's really draining you all. It says you're going to get really drained of your energy in the end times. Who said it? I don't know, but somebody's bound to say it because we don't got the energy that we used to have. The pyramologists, the research of the dimensions of the Great Pyramid. We got the Great Pyramid, dimensions of the Great Pyramid. You can see it looks like a seed vault under there. It really does. And it'd be the perfect place to hide things. And those wired, those documentaries they have, radon, gas and stuff. We got the Arctic seed vault. So they're preparing for it also. Really, what are they preparing for? The second coming world. Oh, the second coming would occur somewhere between 18. Well, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But we had Tartaria. Tartaria happened in the 1800s. Remember? Look, Christ is coming. In Leeds, England, in 1806, a hen laid eggs on which the phrase Christ is coming was written, and eventually it was discovered to be a hoax. The owner writ on the eggs in a corrosive ink so to etch the eggs and reinserted the eggs back into the hen's oviduct. Oh my gosh. This is wild. That is so wild. So you're gonna, let's see. They got some more. We're in the 20th century right here. These are the predictors right here. You can see it. International Bible Students, International Students Association, Christendom. We going to the church members would perish by the sword of war, revolution, and anarchy. Well, there was an anarchy sign that appeared in the sky during the eclipse that had occurred. So we're going to take a picture of the eclipse. We want to see the eclipse in the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. Eclipse, P-I-S-E, United States. It's I want to see it. United States, April of 2022. I want to see the anarchy sign because we saw it. You see what that did? Let's watch it again. We did the solar eclipse. See what they do? See, they know how to do it. Now we got some more sirens coming. More sirens coming. So is there something going to happen during the solar eclipse when they're going to do their solar eclipse that's going to be happening on the October the 2nd during the Rosh Hashanah? Can you hear the sirens? I don't know where they're going. They must be going down further. Okay, there was sirens. Oh no, you still hear the sirens? We was talking about the eclipse, and here comes the sirens when we said the eclipse. That's really interesting. Okay, they're doing that, but it literally did. It left the looked like a big anarchic. Oh, it wasn't. I don't know which one of these I had on my wall, but it was like apocalyptic looking. See, it's X marks the spot. That's already came and gone. How are you going to prepare for the eclipse? See, this is all about drama. And let's face it, it'd get pretty boring and pretty dull if we didn't have all this drama in the world to focus on. Life would be pretty mundane and boring. You got to have to spice it up. I think that's what they're feeling. We got to spice it up because we can't have the people just sitting around going humdrum. I wish I'd force some excitement. I want to see some excitement. People do look forward to that. I can't wait, they say. I can't wait. I'm ready to go. One of these right here actually formed an anarchy sign But let's look at this, you all. They want to have it. You got the UFOs. Okay, well, 1967. Okay, 1962. Gene Dixon, a various Indian astrologist, predicted a planetary alignment on this date was to bring destruction to the world, and mass prayer meetings were held in India. Oh, did you know that? Then on 67, the third woe. Remember the woes? The woes in the book of Revelation? This is what it said. This day would mark the beginning of the third woe of the apocalypse, during which the southeastern U.S. would be destroyed by a Soviet nuclear attack, according to this UFO prophet who claimed to have channeled an alien named Ashtar. Well, it hasn't happened, but I would not say that it won't happen. Ashtar of the Ashtar Command. Let's see the southeastern United States. Where is the southeast? Southeastern. Well, that's like Chicago, maybe. No, it's not. It's down there, and it's over there on the eastern seaboard. Let's look at Ashtar of the Ashtar Command. It's the name given to the extraterrestrial being or group of beings that a number of people claim to have channeled. They have channeled them. I'm not going to say that they haven't. I've heard from the people who have channeled them. I actually took a picture from my she shed. When I first started taking pictures up in the sky, I was looking out the windows. I was reading that alien book. We Will Never Leave You book. And I sat in the recliner and I closed my eyes and I fell asleep like this. I took a little nap. And then the sun started shining straight through the window. And I took my iPhone and I took a picture out the window. It truly did look like a ship in the sky with Ashtar from the Ashtar Command. It truly looked like that in my picture. And I shared it on the social media. Let me see if I can bring that up. That is one thing that I do remember. I've heard a lot about the Ashtar person. Let me get to my channel. If I can find my Ashtar picture, let me show you this. Because there's a lot of prediction about this, the end of the world as we know it. And I'm going to pause for a second. Are there other religions out there or other countries out there that have an apocalyptic event that is said to occur in history? Are there any countries that are within your, I don't know, myths and things like that, that it would happen? Let me look at this. Ashtar, I think it was, let me see, Ashtar. Ashtar. I want to see if I got it. Ashtar. I shouldn't put this off. Snowflakes. Ashtar of the Ashtar Command. No, I can't find it. I can't find it, but I did have this image of the lady in the sky right there. The woman in the sky is when I first started, and it was on June the 15th of 2018, on June the 15th. Okay, I just read June the 15th. Remember? I read June the 15th in this John F. Kennedy newspaper this morning. Now I got to read it. You all, let me. What were they saying about June 15th? Because just the June 15th, it really stuck out. And I thought, why did they say June the 15th? So I got to find what they were talking about on June the 15th. It wasn't in here because we got this newspaper from the Kennedy thing. And my stepdad, Ken, when him and my mother visited Dallas-Fort Worth, he always wanted to go there. There was a date in here called June 15th, and we read every single page on here. I want to find the date of June 15th because it was just, there it is, I found it. This was the June the 15th. Okay, that's where I seen the date, June 15th, but that was 1963. Okay, we'll leave that right there. And I'm going to flip this around, June 15th, 1963. I'm going to put this back in its plastic sleeve so it doesn't get damaged, is what I'm going to do. June the 15th is a very popular date of 1963. Let me get back over here. Y'all, we're talking about the apocalyptic times, the end of the world, and everybody else was preparing the end of the world, but this truly was. I came to a stop sign visiting my mom when they lived a different place. And this is what I saw in the sky. It was a woman kneeling on a cloud. Her hair was up in a bow. Her hand was stretched out on this blue globe ball. Her shoulders and her head was looking back. That right there was my picture that I took. See, June the 15th. This is the image I saw in the sky on June the 15th of 2018, and so began my journey. And it is true, that's when my journey began. I'm going to show you it. Gina, honey, what you doing here? Okay, you sitting there. You all had to, yeah, I wanted to show it. Let me show it if I can show it. I'm going to show it to you. Because there are events that do get seen in the sky. You think, where did this woman come from? I came out of nowhere, I really did. It was right here, and then it was this thing up here in the sky too. Right there. I was capturing that in the sky and this in the sky, and then I saw that lady as I came to the stop sign. That was the image. I opened up my car door and I got out and I took that picture. And I'm just now looking, and I think that's one of those UFOs that I have documented. I've seen it 2 times now. I've seen it in Clarksville too. It's this right here. Remember that UFO that had the lines in it like that? In the sky? She's right in front of that. Oh my gosh, I just now seen that. She's right in front of that UFO. That is a UFO behind there. There's like one roll of something, or that is right behind it. She's in front of it. She's in front of that massive UFO right there. Now, don't be coming on here playing games. If you don't want to see my UFO or the clouds, you just got yourself deleted. But there was something in the sky that was being documented. So that's what I was talking about right there. But I was trying to see the Ashtar command. I was talking about the solar eclipse that had occurred and stuff like that. So they've been thinking this. They've been thinking about this stuff for a long time. You like this game that they play, the apocalyptic game? It's the end of the world game. Look at that ring. It's like a diamond ring. The diamond ring right there. It's perfect eclipse. And that's what the last eclipse is supposed to be showing, something like that. Yeah, let me see this right here. So they were looking for the end of the world. So they got the UFO, a nuclear attack, Soviet nuclear attack, according to a UFO prophet. Oh no, this person was wacko right there. So you got to be very, very careful. A nuclear holocaust, the firstborn predicted the second coming. This right here is an evil person. This right here person, I don't know about them either. Their predictions failed to come true. There's been so many people predicting the fall would happen in 1975. It did not happen. Ben Amini Ben Israel of the African Hebrew Israelites predicted the apocalyptic war would occur on this date. Well, it didn't. On the festival of Yom Kippur, John Rowe of the Christian Israelite Church predicted the year Armageddon. William Branham, he actually lived in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And the graveyard where he lives, where he's buried, is not too far from where I'm at. And people would go to his grave site waiting for him to rise from the dead. They would. He did have some spiritual gifts. He was in contact with some spiritual beings. But the people took it a little bit too far. Way too far is what happened. But there's been, he was all travel all. This is when the great spiritual thing was happening. There was a great spiritual awakening occurring. Somebody said they were Moses right here. Roch, Thera, Seventh-day Adventist, see God's reign for Armageddon. All of these people, a nuclear holocaust, Chuck Smith. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know. They got the Jupiter effect happening. San Andreas Fault. Look at all of this. Halley's Comet is still ongoing. It's ongoing, you all. Look at this. Ho Chi Minh, Ho Chi Minh, Taiwanese. The True Way. You see how many people who claim that they were the one way? So many people. They did. So many people since the beginning of CE. It's Nubian, the Nubian nations, the Star Holocaust. Look at all of this, 21st century. Oh my gosh. The Nation of Islam predicted the end would occur this year too. Everybody's know the Nibiru cataclysm, the Zeta Reticuli star system, total planet would enter it and cause a pole shift that would destroy most of humanity. Well, it happened. It hasn't happened yet. There is something about this, something about the Nibiru planetary system, the destroyer, and it's like the wormwood that comes from the sky and turns the water bitter. And a third of the earth gets burned up and stuff, a third of the sea, and the waters become bitter. And there is a prediction of the event happening. Look at this. The house of Yahweh, the overseer of the house of Yahweh, predicted in February the nuclear war would begin in 12/06. The new millennium, Earth's destruction. Y'all, this is giving me a hot flash. There's people in Russia, the magical organization. Oh, I'm tired. Y'all, my back is hurting. No. Oh, so we got the future. We got more predictions, you all. This is the Hadith, the Muslims. No, you all, I'm really getting hot. This is giving me such a hot flash. I can't take all of these predictions. I can't. So let me get off here and get some sun. Oh, I got a rainbow. Oh, wow, we got another rainbow. It's beautiful. I'm glad I came outside. We caught a rainbow. Isn't that great? This is, how many rainbows have we seen so far on this channel? It's a double rainbow. It's that one right there. So we got a promise in the sky. Now, see, this is real right here. This ain't fake. It's real. We got a rainbow. Yes, we got it. So we got a promise. So we haven't been forgotten. I'm on my feet. The feet feels, the water feels so nice. You will look at the rainbow. Yes, we've got it. We got a promise. So we ain't getting destroyed yet. It's not time yet, you all. Wow, I love it. Look how beautiful it is. This is a perfect place for a rainbow. Does anybody know what time it is? Because I'm hot. I want a drink of water. That is really, really pretty. Look at that rainbow. We're talking about the apocalypse, and it ain't come, and we see the rainbow. And it's practically a double rainbow. It's good grounding. Yes, we're grounding in the rainbow energy with the rainbow warriors. Rainbow warriors at your service. But if you are and you just don't realize it, rainbow warriors, look at that. It's so in your face. Look at that. Look at the color of it. It is amazing. Wow. Of all the places, I literally feel like I'm standing. I feel like I'm standing in the center of a rainbow eclipse. Rainbow eclipse right here in the center of the rainbow. It's really easy. It's like whoa. Like right there, and right there. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And you can hear the thunder from above. Let's look at that. All of its entirety. And if I turn it like this, you all probably can see that, but I can't see it. Yeah, it's nice. It's becoming more pronounced. Look at it. It's more pronounced. Oh, yes. Love you too. I can't read your name because I got raindrops on my eyeglasses. But this other rainbow is up there too. I think more and more double rainbows are coming. So even though he is talking about the apocalypse, well, we got some rainbows. So all of those events have not happened yet. Look how vibrant. I think I even see a hint underneath that of pink underneath it. Look, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. It is a beautiful rainbow with magenta. Can you see the magenta color on the bottom? I just love it. It's magenta. Let's go all the way up the rainbow. I hope this is, I hope it's not blurred out for you all, but I want to see if you all can get it, get the true colors of the rainbow, because there is a beautiful magenta right there. Oh, that is so precious. Isn't that precious? We like it. We love it. I have seen more rainbows right here than I have in my entire lifetime, just within this one span of time frame. I can see the pink up there. Can you see it? Can you see the magenta colors right underneath that? One row and then another row. It's like, wow. Yes, it is beautiful. I wish it'd be more. It is so beautiful. Look at that big rainbow. Always thought it was just like those one colors, like just the main primary colors, but it doesn't look like it. If you're just tuning in, just talking about the apocalypse, and I was having a hot flash, and to come outside, and we open the door to the rainbow to cool off because we're getting a little bit hot. That is a double thing happening up there. Look at the double right underneath there. It's double. Like you see it? It's double. I hope it's not too close. Yes. Um, that is just beautiful. Yeah. I can honestly say I've seen more rainbows here than I have in my lifetime in such a short span of time. And I've never really ever got to see the purple, the magenta color. Is that purple on a rainbow before? I haven't. Didn't ever get to see it before. I don't care how they made it. It's really beautiful to look at. It's healing and it's soothing energy. The rainbow is. Yes. It is. It's beautiful. It looks like it might this is so pretty. And you can see that the sun is like it's over there, way over there in the west, and the rainbow is in the east. The rainbow is in the east. What's that mean? Is that the portal? Is that where the sky is going to open? Does the rainbow always appear in the east? The thunder is coming from over there. It's traveling through the spectrum. Oh, look at this sky. This part's getting brighter right there. What would we do if we saw even more colors beneath that color? Yeah. It seems like the colors are the gap is getting slightly bigger underneath of the magenta color, and there's another one that the gap is spreading a little bit further. I like to put my feet under there, but I won't do it. The plants are got watered too, so that's great. You all, we got the rainbow in the sky. I think it's nice. It's refreshing. It feels good on my feet. And the sky looks pretty. And they've been predicting the end of the world since the control era. Did they say the control era? Oh, it's the common era. The common era. And we open up to a beautiful rainbow. Yeah. I got to get in here and I had to dry my glasses off. I've cooled my feet off. Gotta wipe my feet. And it's still doing its thing out there. It's warmer in here than out there, but I gotta dry my glasses off. I can't really see anything. Oh, I've smeared them. That's about right. Yeah, I gotta hold on. I'll put them back on and go outside. There, how's that? Let's see how the rainbow looks. Yeah, you can see me. Feels good. Feels real good. See, it's starting to fade away, but it's right there. Do you all feel that we've seen more rainbows than we've ever seen lately? Do you feel that? That there's been more rainbows than we have had for quite some time? And if there's more rainbows now than there has been before, do you think something is up? Something is happening? If you take pictures of the clouds, many times you can find faces. Yes, Tina, honey. We have lots of people on here who have done that. They see lots of faces in the clouds, is what we see. Yeah. Yeah, so they're still predicting. They're still predicting. Oh, that's me. They're still predicting far future predictions. The timeline of the far future global catastrophic risk, the ultimate fate of the universe. Someone said that the Earth is a floating, we have a floating universe. Floating universe. That's a theory. Geological Society, 600 trillion years a day. All right, so this is, they even have unfulfilled religious predictions and claims. So this is, these are all the predictions that the end time was going to happen. It's been going on for years and 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 years, but the origins seem to center around the, most predictions are related to the Abrahamic religions, standing for or similar to the eschatological events described in the scriptures, and the rapture and the great tribulation and the last judgment and the second coming of Christ. It has been happening over and over and over and over and over. But then you got Star Wars also. Here we go. It's 63-minute video. It's over an hour-long video is what it is. I'll tell you what I did. I picked these wicker swivels up. They were $10 a piece. Even though they got this little bit of thing right here, this one cost $10. And then the cushions are so thick. Look at that. And they swivel and they rock. That one and then that one. I'm going to take it to my house when I go back, but it just like spins around. And I thought I can't pass that up. It's comfortable. Yeah. It feels nice. Yeah, it's well worth $10. They look like the same style as our chairs on our log cabin. But I thought I will take it. They were half off. So $20 for both of them together with the cushions. Yeah, we got it. It is comfortable. No, this was the Salvation Army. They loaded them up in my pickup truck. I said, thank you. Look at this. According to the Talmud, marks the deadline for the Messiah to appear. From natural events have also been theorized various scientists, scientific groups. Is there any other, does any other country, are there any other, who else? No, I'm not going to go into it again. Okay, but we're living in the end times. We're living in the end times. We're doing the same thing, living in the end times. It's repeating and it's repeating. If there's nothing new under the sun, then there's nothing new under the sun. We're living in the end times. But this rainbow has been around since the end times, since the beginning of, I guess, creation, since the Noah's Ark, the history of the rainbow, saying that God would not flood the earth again. So that has been one constant that shows up in the sky. So somebody's got something right. They got it right with that. They do. So that right there has always happened. Yeah, so that's great. It is. All the other stuff is predictions made by man, is what they were. Mankind. So, Rosie love, oh, yeah, I miss my little baby, Rosie. She's such a little bitty girl. Yeah. The end times for the most evil. Well, we can hope for that. There's nothing wrong with hoping for the end time for the evil to come to its end. I think that's a wonderful end times thought. Let's rid the earth of the evil so that we can live in peace and harmony. That's wonderful. It really is. The rainbow is a symbol of peace. I like that. I do like it, because who doesn't want peace? Those who love war, like on Xena, the warrior princess, and Ares, the god of war. He loved the war. He loved it. Well, some people don't love it. Yeah, they don't. Star Wars is NASA. Antonio. That's interesting. That is, Star Wars is NASA. Star Wars is NASA. If you're just tuning in, y'all, please give this video a thumbs up. Oh, look what I just pulled up. NASA and Star Wars. The connections are strong. We have real-world droids and ion engines, and we've seen dual sun planets like Tatooine and a moon that eerily resembles the Death Star. Absolutely. That's really interesting. Yeah. We actually have a video on this YouTube channel, several videos about the Death Star that we put together. We do. Watch, let me get over to it. The moon looks like the Death Star. That is, let's do this. Let's do the Death Star. Death Star. I'm going to type it in. See, if you can go to my channel. I'm not logged in. I don't log into my channel on my laptops or nothing. You go in there. This is not the Death Star, but it's a beautiful celestial being. I want to find there should be a video. Oh, yeah, these things are in the clouds right there. Look at them. They're in the clouds right here. And you know that's not normal, but they're in the clouds. There's some kind of being is what they are. In the clouds. We're supposed to be checking the moon. It's in the moon video, I think. Let's go to the playlist of the moon. I haven't put the other ones in the playlist, you all. I got the playlist right here. We got a total solar eclipse playlist. You can look at that when that happened. But I wanted to get to the moon. Where is the moon video? The moon, and it should be in the Death Star. There are ships that literally I've captured coming out of the sun. Okay. We've got oh my gosh, I've got 244 videos. Only 2,277 views. There's 200 and some odd videos of the moon that we got. See right there, see that shape of the moon? It's not normal. I want to see the one with the Death Star. Because there's too many videos to go through. There's something on top of the moon. You can see that we took pictures of it. These were images came with my Nikon P900. There were spiders on the moon too, 3 years ago. Right here, what is the line in the moon? Okay, there were some images of the moon that we caught things flying across it. Oh my gosh, there is so many pictures. I want to, there's 244 videos. You can go, you want to watch the moon? I got 244 videos of the moon on this channel is what we've got. 244 videos. And that is a massive amount. There is an opening in the moon right there. Right there is a door that's open right there on the side of the moon. There it is right there. And the entrance to the moon 2 years ago. If you're just tuning in, you all, I'm trying to get the Death Star. I don't want to look. I've drained myself of my energy. Y'all could just go to sleep. If I'd love to sleep in a hammock, just lay in it maybe, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm really tired. The honeymooners. Was that about the moon? Was the honeymooners about the moon? Oh my gosh. I can't bring up all of these moon videos. I can't. There's too many. There is so many moon videos. You can make it a moonlight. You can make it a moon night. You get bored, you go watch the moon. Yeah. You can do it. I'm going to go. I am getting tired. It's 8:15, but I feel really exhausted like a lot of people. We're just getting too exhausted now. Something's zapping our energy out of our body. It doesn't matter what you eat. I think it's safe to say that the majority of people, they don't have no energy anymore. It's just like you get exhausted so easy. It's like time has been sped up. And as it goes, we don't have enough energy to keep up with time. We don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so welcome. You're really tired too, Jack. Hey, Carly. Pamela. It's true. It's very true. At least we saw a beautiful rainbow in the sky, which is, it's refreshing. It really is refreshing to the spirit, is what it is. Yeah, you all have a wonderful, oh, I got some water, Carly. I've got it over there on the counter in a pink container. But I just want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. Yeah. You've been tired too. You've been so tired. See, I got water right here. I drank me some water. And I had some water with lemon in it. Lemon juice is supposed to be good for you. This right here. These ships, where are we at? These right here are ships that were in Clarksville, Indiana, outside the Menards building. They were ships in the whole sky was full of these dark clouds. And this is what you see the one moon and the other moon, and you see an object back here. There's a massive object in the sky and the bridge, and pictures that I took, and beings inside of orbs. We're not alone. I'm gonna go. I am. Let me turn this around. It was nice hearing the rain. It's nice spending time with you all. It was relaxing. It relaxed me so much now I want to go to sleep. So it was nice. 17 minutes. A 17-minute power nap? Who can do it? I'm going to go. So thank you all for your comments. Please give this video a thumbs up, y'all. They've been predicting the apocalyptic end times since the Common Era, and it hasn't happened yet. But but now we got these 4 horsemen. It really is like a script, and there's predictions way, way, way in the future also. So we'll see. We know that times are changing and they're not going to be the same as they used to be. They're forever changing, and you either adapt or you just don't survive. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If these were reclining, I could just sit here like this with my legs and just sit there, and I can still do it. I can stick my feet up on this tote, and with the window right here, I can enjoy it. It doesn't even have to be in my own house. I can be in a garage and still enjoy time. I can be in the moment. You can be in the moment wherever you're at and enjoy it, as long as it starts inside here. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you for your comments. Thank you, moderators. I love you.